Get faster internet speeds for free when you get TV, internet, and phone. Ask for Trio from Rev.
Join the revolution.
Coming up in news tonight, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham criticizes the government's handling of Baha Mar.
The Free National Movement prepares for its much-anticipated national convention. That story straight ahead.
An update in tourism numbers and upcoming events, that and more tonight on our news.
The F&M held a pre-convention rally last evening in preparation for its convention kickoff tonight. That story coming up. Welcome to Our News. I'm Dana Smith. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, it was a fundamentally bad decision to put Baha Mar into liquidation, according to former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham, who weighed in on the Christie administration's handling of the matter yesterday. Ingraham said, in fact, he personally wrote to the Prime Minister twice, warning him it was a bad idea.
I think it was a bad and a wrong decision, and the consequence of that being felt now, up to now, because all the people lost their jobs, people have not been paid, and we have had serious reputational damage in terms of investment in the Bahamas over the Baha Mar deal.
A little more than a year ago, government had opposed Baha Mar's decision to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the United States, charging that if matters affecting the government and the Bahamian people are subject to adjudication in a foreign court, that would have far-reaching implications for the Bahamas as a sovereign nation. But Ingraham noted the Bahamas has prior experience with a major property being in Chapter 11 in the United States.
The government was wrong-headed when it decided to put Baha Mar in liquidation. It was nonsense, quite nonsense to say, because they were having a matter dealt with in a court in Delaware, that was against the sovereign interests of the Bahamas. In fact, Resorts International, Paradise Island, was in Chapter 11 in America when Kirshner bought the property in 1994.
Ingraham charged that the government made a mistake and should not have tilted the scales in favor of the construction company. Now, he said, it's stuck with a very bad decision.
The people who are owed money by Baha Mar are not likely to be paid by the Chinese authorities because the company's in liquidation. They also got to be making all kinds of demands on the Bahamas government as to what kind of foreign labor content they're going to have. And so we have suffered tremendous losses as a result of the government's decision.
Ingraham said his concerns surrounding the Baha Mar matter led him to personally contact Prime Minister Perry Christie on more than one occasion.
We are seeing the result of a fundamentally bad decision. Fundamentally bad. I took the opportunity to write Perry Christie 2 notes and sign them as an outsider to tell him what my view was at the time. I felt very strongly about it, and as a Bahamian and somebody who had been involved in politics in the Bahamas, etc., I didn't want to see that happen, because I knew once you put that company in liquidation, well, you see what happened.
Ingraham said Baha Mar, which sits closed and incomplete on the Cable Beach Strip, is critical to the Bahamas, and he's disappointed in the government's decision to put the resort in liquidation. Well, the much-anticipated F&M National Convention got underway this afternoon, with hundreds of delegates descending on the Malia Nassau Beach Resort for the 3-day event that will, in the end, determine if the party retains its current leader or makes history by voting a woman into the top posts. Jasmine Brown spoke with party chairman Sidney Colley today. Here's her report.
It was a busy scene inside the F&M Convention Center this morning as organizers, party supporters, and delegates milled about. The highly talked about event began this afternoon with the wrapping up of the nominations process for some of the remaining posts within the F&M. Dr. Hubert Minnis and Peter Turnquest will be facing off against Loretta Butler Turner and Dr. Dwayne Sands, who are contesting the leader and deputy leader positions. As the race heats up, Colley appealed to both sides to keep it clean.
Let's all go into convention with one goal in mind when we come out. We come out unified and strong.
While there are 52 positions up for voting, nominations for most positions are closed outside of the top 5 positions.
And those are the leader and the deputy leader, the chairman, the national chairman, the Secretary General, and the National Treasurer.
Hundreds of delegates will fill this ballroom today as the Free National Movement kicks off its convention. 410 delegates are expected to vote. An additional 194 alternates have also been invited to attend. Voting begins Friday afternoon, and Colley says they expect to know who the leader of the party is by 6 p.m. on Friday.
Hopefully by 6 o'clock or shortly afterwards, all of the results will be in.
On Monday, Colley reported that both Butler, Turner, and Minnis had paid their $100,000 contributions in full. The Finance Committee was only $11,000 short of its goal of raising $150,000. Today, he could not confirm if the remaining $11,000 had been collected. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
In a matter of minutes, the Free National Movement's national convention will go live right here on our TV for the first night of its national convention. Colley says the party will not focus on the drama that has plagued it in recent months, but its accomplishments over the past 4.5 years.
Tonight, we will lay out how this party's accomplishments have made the Bahamas a better place during an F&M government, and how our plans will make a better country for us all in the future.
He said it will also point out the failures of the Progressive Liberal Party.
The common denominator behind every good work is this: we build things to help Bahamians. This stands in stark contrast to the disaster that the PLP government has been over these past 4.5 years.
There are a number of speakers tonight, including Senator Monique Gomez, candidate for Pine Ridge, Frederick McAlpine, MP for Central Grand Bahama, Nico Grant, and Senator Carl Bethel, QC. The keynote address will be given by party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis. And in preparation for the F&M's convention, Minnis held a pre-convention rally at Arawak Key last night where he urged F&Ms to put aside their differences and emerge from convention united and together. Simone Davis has that story.
Dana, scores of Bahamians gathered at Arawak Key last evening to support Dr. Minnis, who promised to save the country from what he called the worst government in history. Take a look at how it all went down.
Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. The PLP is gone, gone, gone.
Though he failed to address what would happen to those 6 F&M MPs who expressed a lack of confidence in his leadership and threatened to oust him as opposition leader, Minnis urged F&Ms to work together and unite as one after the party's convention tonight. Addressing the crowd, Minnis said the F&M cannot squander the opportunity to remove the PLP government.
F&Ms, right now, we have an opportunity like we've never had before. We cannot squander our chance for a better Bahamas. We must seize this moment. We must put aside our differences and emerge from our convention united and together. This is our chance for change. We cannot and will not lose this opportunity.
Among those showing their support for Dr. Minnis last night were South Abaco MP Edison Key, former Senator Lanisha Roll, and one of the FNM's founding fathers, Maurice Moore. Minnis also commented on Prime Minister Perry Christie's recent announcement that he plans to stay on as PLP leader to ensure the party remains stable.
And now, Christie is hearing voices. Voices are telling him to stay. But even his own people are saying, they are telling him, stop listening to those voices that only you can hear.
Reporting for our news, I'm Simone Davis.
When our news comes back, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham talks the Progressive Liberal Party. Stay tuned.